and
I did it a couple of weeks ago.
yeah. Play. Awesome. Alright, so we'll come down to a comfortable lying down position as per normal. Just coming to lay on your back, and rather than placing the palms beside the hips, let's take the palms and place them on the lower belly, just underneath the belly button. So just resting your fingertips there. And starting to become aware of your breath. And just setting the intention to allow yourself for this next hour and a half to just be here on the mat. Be present with the breath. Allowing all stress and strain to just emit from the body and dissolve into the floor with each exhale. And if the mind begins to chatter, tuning back from the mind and drawing your awareness down your body into the belly button. Observing the lower belly rising and stretching with each inhale. Allowing the belly to soften with each exhale. And when you're ready, moving the palms up from the lower belly to the mid-belly, perhaps even resting the thumbs on the lower rib cage. And again, starting to become attuned to your breath. And as you start to settle into relaxation, you'll no doubt begin to notice that the breath will start to lengthen. And the fingertips may start to appear to be heavy. And whatever thought that the mind is currently absorbed in, just viewing that thought for a brief moment. You might even like to label the thought thinking. And then just visualize it disappearing in the mind's eye and return your awareness to your lower rib cage. Let's try and explore the rib cage itself. Let's start to draw the palms up to the rib cage and start to breathe. Really drawing each long inhale right up into the collarbones, observing the intercostal muscles between the ribs expanding and stretching. Imagining filling the lungs up like a balloon. And the breath is long and deep. And the body is soft and relaxed. And the mind is completely free from all tension. Just allow yourself to do nothing here except observe your breath. And when you're ready, we'll take the palms back down beside the hips. Just laying them down softly. And we're going to move into a breathing practice called Dirga Pranayama, or 3-part breath pranayama. And if you haven't done this practice with me before, we can get excited because it's your first time in the group. But all it involves is breaking up the inhalation into 3 parts. So we take an inhalation into the lower belly, we pause. We take that breath into the middle of the belly, pause. And then we take the breath all the way up into the upper chest, we hold. And then we exhale for 4. So it's just the one inhalation broken up into 3 parts, and then one long, slow, smooth exhalation. So let's take a big belly breath in together, nice and big. Exhale. Inhaling into the navel, pause. Inhaling into the low ribs, pause. Inhale all the way into the upper chest and hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale into the belly, pause. Inhale into the low ribs, pause. Inhale into the upper chest and hold. Beautiful. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale into the navel, pause. Inhale into the low ribs, pause. Inhale into the upper chest and hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, navel, pause. Inhale, low ribs, pause. Inhale, upper chest, holding. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, navel, pause. Inhale, low ribs, pause. Inhale all the way to the upper chest, holding. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that attention on the breath. We're going to draw the knees in towards the chest, coming into cradle pose. So either hands around the knees, or if it feels comfortable, forearms around the shins. And let's rock from side to side. Just feeling that difference of pressure as the back rolls from one side to another. Give yourself one final squeeze, and then taking the feet down, we're going to move into Supta Baddha Konasana, or lying butterfly pose. So we're remaining on our back for our first pose. The feet are together, we're splaying the knees wide. And rather in regular Supta Baddha Konasana, when the feet are closer towards the groin, we're actually taking the feet to the front of the mat. So it's a nice big long diamond shape. Now, if there's any sensitivity in the inner groin, you can place blocks underneath the thighs. Otherwise, if you've got books handy, you can place books underneath the thighs. Whatever you've got handy as a means for you to create that position where you can feel alert and yet relaxed. So we don't want there to be any kind of electrical sensations through the pelvis or any kind of twitching that you feel might become painful after some time. Now the palms can rest on the belly, they can rest beside the hips. If you would prefer a underarm stretch, you can interlace the fingers around the elbows and take them up. This beautiful, open, free, full body position. Just starting to draw your awareness to the center of your being, your belly. With each in-breath, there's an expanding, a joyful expanding. With each exhale, there's an element of grounding. Relaxation. And feeling the pull of the inner groin. And you start to feel the stretching of the psoas and the hips. This is a really beautiful pose for those of us that are, sitting down quite a lot, especially considering the circumstances right now. We're probably sitting on the couch a little bit more. I can't just be thinking about myself here. What happens when we're in a seated position, at a desk, on a couch, in bed? Tissues through the hips start to shorten, they start to become rigid. So anytime you feel like you may need a little stretch, this pose is quite perfect for that. We're going to take another minute here with your breath. Big belly breaths in. Smooth, slow breaths out. You can even envision the breath moving out of a pipe that's situated in the torso. Just imagining a little tendril of oxygen moving, entering the pipe, drawing up the pipe, coming out of the top and then entering again and drawing down. When you're ready, let's release the palms, and ever so slowly, we're going to take the palms around the outer knees and just start to draw them into each other. Taking the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze and rocking from side to side. And when you're ready, let's roll over onto our right side. And we'll find a comfortable seated position on our mat. So easy pose might do right shin in front of left shin. We're going to start bringing some dynamic movement into the chest and upper back. So on your next inhale here, we're going to take the elbows and palms wide. And then on an exhale, we're rounding into the upper back, chin to chest, backs of the palms together. Inhale, elbows wide, feeling that beautiful stretch in the chest. Exhale, rounding into the upper back, chin to chest. Nice big pulling on the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral position, palms on the knees. We're going to start to stretch into the neck. So we're going to take our right palm and we're going to place it on top of the head, just above our left ear. We're taking an inhale here. And then as you exhale, the right shoulder drops and the neck dips over to the right. Now, if you'd like to intensify the stretch just a touch, we can use our heel of our left palm to draw it away from the head, and you'll start to feel quite an intense stretch in the left-hand side of the neck. Trying to draw that right shoulder blade down your back. We'll take 2 full breaths. And inhale, raise the head, and we'll swap sides. So heel of that right palm draws down to the right, left palm on top of the right ear. Inhaling. And then exhale, dropping the head over to the left, dropping the left shoulder blade down the back. Now the pull on the head isn't aggressive, it's just a gentle, very soft tugging. On your next inhale, lift the head and raise up. Let's interlace the fingers at the front of the body. We'll take the palms to the back of the head. On an inhale, we're sending the elbows wide, lifting the chest, gazing up. Exhale, rounding into the upper back, chin to chest, elbows draw forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, raising the head, taking the palms to the knees. And we'll come over onto the hands and knees now and run through some cat-cow stretches. So palms underneath the shoulders, knees hip width apart. You can tuck the toes or have them flat. On your next inhale, we're going to dip the belly, raise the chest and hips to the sky. And on an exhale, we're gently pressing into the palms, rounding into the upper back, chin to chest. Inhale, belly draws down, lifting the heart to the sky. Exhale, rounding into the upper back, chin to chest. Just continuing with this movement, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Back to a neutral tabletop position. We're going to take our right foot and place it on top of our left heel. We're going to take our left palm forward along the mat about 5 to 10 centimeters. On our next inhale, we're going to draw the torso forward, raise the right palm up, and then on an exhale, we're drawing that right palm in underneath the body. Inhale, right palm comes up, nice big stretch. Exhale, threading the arm right through. Inhale, right palm raises. Exhale, drawing it through. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale. And on your next exhale, thread that right arm in underneath the body. Now the left palm can remain stretched and outright. So you can lengthen the fingertips through to the front and the top of the mat. Otherwise, we can actually take our left palm and place it around the inner right thigh. This is a nice little side open stretch here. So you can actually use your right forearm to press down and open into the side body. If it's available, you can even gaze up to the ceiling, otherwise gazing to the side and just closing the eyes will take a few breaths. Drawing on the concept of brahmacharya, right use of energy. And can you allow yourself to just be here for the next hour and a half? And give yourself permission to rest, to recalibrate, to lower your cortisol, increase your circulation, improving your immunity. Let's take one more breath together. Big inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Let's release that left palm to the front of the mat if it's not there already. We'll take one more round. Inhale, raising the right palm up, one big final stretch. And then exhale, right palm comes down. We'll swap sides now. So left foot comes on top of right heel. We're going to take this right palm forward slightly. On our next inhale, the torso comes forward and the left palm raises. Exhale, threading the left palm in underneath the torso. Inhale, raising the left palm. Exhale, threading it through. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more go. Inhale. And exhale, threading that left arm in underneath the body. Right palm can remain stretched to the top of the mat. Otherwise, if it's available and comfortable, we can take our left palm and place it around the inner left thigh, or right palm around the inner left thigh. And if you're in this variation, you can use your left forearm. You can press into that forearm to roll the right shoulder up, and you can even gaze up to the ceiling. If that's uncomfortable, you can have the head just resting. And we'll take 3 full, deep, slow breaths. Just being with your breath. When you're ready, let's release that right palm to the front of the mat. We'll take one more round. Inhale, left palm raises. Exhale, left palm comes back down. Keeping the knees and feet where they are. So knees are hip width apart, feet are tucked. We're going to come into corner dog pose. So left forearm is parallel to the front of the mat. So the left forearm is down, parallel to the top of the mat, and we're taking the right palm up. So I might just move back slightly. So left palm parallel or forearm parallel to the front of the mat, lengthening through the right fingertips. Fingertips are at the top of the mat. We're going to take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we're dipping the belly and the hips send up to the sky, and the head can rest on your forearm. It can rest on the floor. Otherwise, if you've got a blanket or some blocks or some books handy, you can rest on some books. In this pose, you may feel a need to actually take the knees back slightly to open into the chest. I'm just going to take a few deep breaths, really drawing the belly down, lifting the hips up to the sky. And on your next inhale, we'll raise the head and swap sides. So let's take the right forearm parallel to the front of the mat, and we'll take the left palm, lengthening through the fingertips, feeling the tugging underneath the left shoulder. And on your next exhale, we draw the head down. Relax the belly and really send those hips up towards the sky. Breathing deeply into your belly. Just allowing all distractions in the outer world to just fade away. And on your next inhale, we'll raise the head. And we'll come into full mountain heart pose. Both hands towards the front of the mat, knees remain where they are. Inhale. And then exhale, lower the belly and hips descend up towards the sky. And we'll take 5 full breaths here. And breathing into that area of intensity through the shoulders. See if you can use your exhalation to allow that place to soften. When you're ready, we'll take the palms back, lifting the head, and we'll come into child's pose. So let's take the knees wide here, hips come down towards the heels, and we'll take the palms forward and just start to roll the torso down and place the forehead on the floor. And as you lay here, sending your inhalation right into all of those nooks and crannies in your back. You can send the breath all the way up from the lower back, right up to the neck. And when you're ready on your next inhale, let's lift the head, gazing forward. Let's tuck the toes and come into our first downward facing dog. So you may need to draw the feet back. The toes can slightly be turned into one another. Now, if the hamstrings are particularly tight here, if you've been sitting down quite a lot today, we're going to bend into the knees and send the hips right up to the sky. Just taking a couple of neutralizing breaths here in downward facing dog. As much as possible, allowing the head to hang. You might like to start straightening into the hamstrings, and we can start walking the dog. So on your right knee, we'll bend it so it's heading towards the floor, and we'll straighten the left leg. And then we'll alter, bending into the left knee, drawing the right foot down. And again, just changing sides, walking the dog, stretching out those connective tissues in the back of the leg. When you're ready, we'll gaze to the front of the mat and let's slightly step all the way up to the front. Nice and slowly, we'll come into ragdoll pose. So let's take the feet further than hip width apart. We'll take the arms or the hands rather around the elbows. We'll bend into the knees and let's just start rocking from side to side. Feeling that pull of gravity drawing the head and the neck towards the earth. And there's no need to hold yourself up now, just really allowing all of those hard-working postural tissues to just become heavy and still. And when you're ready, releasing. Taking the feet back to hip width apart, we'll come into a halfway lift. So on your next inhale, we'll take the palms to the shins, flat back, gazing forward. And exhale, lowering back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, we'll send the palms wide, gazing up to the fingertips. And then let's exhale, take the palms to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Rolling the shoulder blades down the back, beautiful open chest. And just taking a moment here to revisit our intention for our practice today. Which is just to simply keep on your mat. And then to just become aware and have a connection with your breath. And on your next inhale, let's send the palms up, gazing up. And on your next exhale, slowly lowering the palms down. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, gazing forward. Exhale, lowering down. Let's bend into both knees here. We'll step our left leg back and come into our low lunge. So we'll drop that left knee on the floor. Now we want our right foot slightly over towards the right and left knee over towards the left. And that just helps you with stability and balance here. Now on our next inhalation, we're going to take the palms up for our present lunge, opening into the chest. Now this back toe can be tucked or you can flatten it if you would prefer. And you're sending this front knee over towards the little toe edge of that front foot. And the arms are open, the chest is open, lengthening through the fingertips. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back, shoulders pulling away from the ears. And if you want to bend into that front knee a little more to increase the stretch, you can, feeling that pull of the psoas, gazing up if it feels comfortable. One more breath in. And exhale, lowering those palms down. Now we're going to come into a twist, easy twist. On your next inhalation, send that right palm up towards the sky. Exhale, drawing it in underneath the right thigh. Inhale, arm up, big stretch. Exhale, palm threading in underneath the thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time. And exhale, we're going to plant that right palm next to the right foot. We're going to tuck the toes of that back leg and step back into downward facing dog. Now when we're in downward facing dog, we're going to keep stretching through the hamstrings, so just walking the dog, taking your right heel down, bending into the left knee. And just bending into your opposing knees, taking the opposing heels down. You might even start to notice that the hamstrings are starting to open. And that feeling of intense stretching may have dissipated somewhat. So just really allowing yourself to notice the differences as you practice as a means of mindful awareness. And when you're ready on your next inhale, we're going to take the knees to the floor, coming into our cow stretch. So we dip the belly, raise the chest to the sky, tucking the toes, exhale back into downward facing dog. Moving dynamically here, inhale, dropping the knees, opening the chest, hips to the sky. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, knees to the floor, dipping the belly, opening the chest. And exhale. Gazing to the front of the mat, walking all the way up to the front, gradually, gently releasing the spine. One more breath in. Exhale and drop. Inhale, send the palms up towards the sky, gazing up to the thumbs. And exhale, palms to the chest. Just taking a moment here in Anjali Mudra. The palms are just lightly touching each other. Brahmacharya, right use of energy. Inhale, raising the palms, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, gazing forward. Exhale, lowering down. Let's bend into the knees, stepping our right leg back this time for our crescent lunge. Right knee down, left foot slightly over towards the left-hand side of the mat. Right knee over towards the right. On your next inhalation, sending the palms up, coming up into your crescent lunge bend and moving into that front knee. The back toes can be tucked or flat, whatever your preference is. Opening into the chest here, scapulas drawing in together, lengthening through the fingertips. If it's available, you can gaze up to the thumb. Bending into that front knee a little more. Taking one more inhale, maybe a little back bend. And exhale, dropping the palms back down, coming into that easy twist. Inhale, raising the left palm up to the sky. Exhale, thread it in underneath the thumb. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, maybe one a little bit longer on this side. Inhale. And exhale, planting that left hand back down. Let's tuck the toes of that back foot, our right foot, and step back into downward facing dog. Again, walking the heels out here and see if you can notice a difference. It may be subtle, it may be gross. Whatever you're noticing or not noticing, just observing that too. And again, we're going to move dynamically from downward facing dog into cow. And when you do this, I really advise you to move with your breath. So allow the breath to initiate the movement into cow. So I'm inhaling here. And then on my next exhale, I'm dropping the knees and rolling the chest back, gazing up. Or inhale rather. And then I'm exhaling back into downward facing dog. And only until this exhalation is completely over can the inhalation be realized. So inhale, dropping the knees, opening into the chest. Inhale is completely done, exhale begins. So you might like to move in your own time. Inhale, dropping the knees, opening into the chest. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking one more breath here and down facing dog. And when you're ready, gazing to the front of the mat, and we'll just lightly step all the way up to the front, feet hip width apart, and we'll release our spine, nice ragdoll. Taking one more breath. Exhale and relax. Inhale, palms wide, big open chest, gazing up to the thumbs. And then we'll exhale, taking the palms to the chest. And when you're ready, let's open our eyes. We'll come to Warrior Two. We'll do it on our left side first. So let's take our left foot to the front of the mat, and we'll take our right foot back. Now the general guidelines for Warrior Two is to have this front heel in between or in the midline of that back foot. So the heel of the front foot is in line with the midline of the back foot. Now we're going to straighten into our arms and we'll move dynamically initially. So we'll exhale, take that knee down, and then on an inhale, we're straightening into the front knee, raising the palms, gazing up. And then we'll exhale, take the knee down, gazing over the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you breathe, see if you can imagine the energy moving from your fingertips. And as you inhale, the palms raise up, the energy draws up. And as you exhale, the palms move down, energy draws down. And just keep moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. One more time, exhale. Stay here in Warrior Two, taking one more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're windmilling the arms down to the front of the mat and we're going to step back into downward facing dog. Once you reach downward facing dog, absolutely no rush. On your next inhale, we're going to move forward into high plank. Now, if this feels a little too much, we can come down to the knees. Let's take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, elbows in, coming down to the floor, releasing the feet. We may even rock the buttocks from side to side, just releasing the thighs and the muscles through the hips. Taking the palms and placing them beside the breastbone, we're rolling our shoulder blades back. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the chest and raise the head. And exhale, roll down. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Ready. Keeping the fingers together. We're going to press into the palms and roll the torso off the floor and come into restorative child's pose. Knees are together here. Torso is attached to the thighs and the thumbs or the hands rather are placed beside the feet and the head rests on the floor. Now be mindful here that if your head doesn't connect to the floor, perhaps place a block or a stack of books underneath the forehead so as to not aggravate the neck. Starting to deepen and slowly. Feeling the effect of the movement on the beat of the heart. You might even like to observe the heart here as a point of concentration or meditative absorption, just noticing the changing pace of the beat. And on your next inhale, we'll raise the head. We'll take the palms forward. We'll tuck the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Let's gaze forward to the front, and again, we'll just lightly step With as little effort as possible, so lazily, step all the way to the front and exhale, release the spine. Inhale, taking the palms wide, gazing up to the fingertips. And exhale, taking the palms to the chest. Opening the eyes, and we'll come into warrior two on our second side. So we'll take our right foot to the midline of the front of the mat, and we'll step our left foot back. Again, a guideline here is to have the heel of the front foot in line with the midline of the back foot. We're bending into that front knee, and again, it's almost like we're trying to send the knee over towards the little toe edge of that front foot. We're taking the palms wide, straightening into the arms, and we'll move dynamically. On your next inhale, let's take the palms up, gazing up, and exhale, lowering down. Moving with the breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Actually, let's take one more. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, knee down, and we'll windmill the palms down besides that front foot, and however you need to, stepping back into downward facing dog, you might need to take a few steps, you may need to come down into the knees. Whatever you need to do, just remember this is your practice, and you can take as much time as you need. One breath here in downward dog. Exhaling smoothly. On your next inhale, coming into high plank, coming down to the knees if you need to. Taking one more breath here. And then exhale, elbows in, lowering all the way to the floor. Beautiful. Releasing the knees, we'll rock the hips from side to side. Keeping the palms beside the breastbone here, we're rolling the shoulder blades down the back. And 3 times dynamically we'll move. So inhale, we're lifting the chest, gazing up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And let's just do it one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Let's tuck the toes. Let's take the knees together, coming into restorative child's pose. Hips come down towards the heels. Belly comes onto the thighs. Palms beside the feet, and the head rests on the floor. Now, if you find this position quite uncomfortable, you can always come into regular child's pose. In this pose, it's important that we allow the shoulders to be heavy. We allow them to round, to drift towards the earth. And again, thinking about the concept of right use of energy. You know, how much of your thinking is absorbed by things you can't control. You know, I deduce that it's quite a bit. That is human nature for us to be absorbed by the past or the future and to not be present in the here and now. When we speak of right use of energy, it's basically a metaphor for us to be in the present moment. And there's a beautiful quote I'm sure you probably know or have read multiple times before that says, if you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're in the present. And then the next inhale, we'll slowly start to peel ourselves off of our thighs. Putting our spectacles on if you need them, if you're blind like me. We're actually going to come over onto our sit bones, coming into easy pose. Now we're going to move into square pose, which is a yin position, and there's a few variations that we can explore. So the first variation here is to simply come into easy pose. Right shin in front of left shin, and you can remain here in an upright pose, or we're going to fold forward. Option 2 between easy pose and square pose is to actually keep the shins where they are, but actually take them forward slightly. So you're not keeping them where they are, you're actually doing the opposite. So you're actually taking the shins forward until there's a slight triangle shape in between the legs. And you'll feel that shins are almost like they're straight. And you can remain here or fold forward. Otherwise, if you want to come into full square pose, we take our right foot and place it on top of our left knee. And our left foot is placed underneath our right knee. And again, you'll find that nice triangle shape in between the legs. Now, if you do this position and this right knee comes up quite aggressively, I would advise that you come into that first pose, easy pose, and you can take the legs out in front slightly, and that deepens the stretch in the outer thighs. So whatever variation feels comfortable for you. Also, you can place a blanket underneath the sit bones if the shoulders are rounding. Otherwise, we're going to open into our chest, and if you are going to fold forward, we're going to pull from our belly button. So we're coming from the belly button, taking the palms forward. You can rest on the palms here. You can rest on the forearms if that feels good. I'm just going to remain here on my forearms. I'm going to allow my head to be lifted. If you feel inclined, you can stack some books underneath the forehead to rest on. Otherwise, if there's no tension in the neck, you can allow the head to just rest upright as it is. Once you've found a comfortable position here, just turning down the eyes. See if you can allow the face to start to soften. The muscles behind the cheeks start to soften. The muscles through the jaw. Brow. Muscles through the cheeks. It's almost like the cheeks are actually just hanging off the cheekbones. Your face is just so relaxed. The jaw unhinges. You're just observing the breath moving in and out of the channel of the nostrils. And being mindful here, if you are in a position that's folding forward, to maintain equal weight in the sit bones, and also that the sit bones are really rooted to the floor. You're not lifting off your sit bones at all. You're in a forward fold, you may like to explore taking or creeping, I like to say, the fingertips further forward, just playing with your next appropriate edge. We're going to take another beautiful minute here of just a sweet connection to our breath. One more breath in. Nice slow exhale. Slowly now, consciously, mindfully starting to take the palms back, lifting yourself off your thighs if you're in a forward fold. We'll actually move straight to the other side. So left shin in front of right shin, if you want that first easy pose. Second option, keeping the legs as they are, we start to take them forward. Otherwise, if it feels comfortable, we're going to take our left foot and place it on top of our right knee, left knee on top of right foot. Just getting settled here, making sure there's equal weight in the sit bones. Remaining here, both fingertips at the back, opening into the chest. If you're going to fall forward, pulling from the navel, starting to draw the fingertips forward and then folding. Just closing the eyes here and just starting to note any differences from the first side to this left side. Maybe one side feels a little tighter, a little more rigid. Maybe one side feels a little more accommodating, a little more warmth, perhaps. And if you're in a forward fold, see if you can allow that gentle caress of gravity to pull the torso towards the floor, and not vice versa. We're not pushing the chest to the floor. This is a practice of allowing. We're actually using two things. We're using our exhalation and gravity to draw us towards the earth. Just feeling that sensation, uniting those two concepts together. And see if you can experiment in real time with each exhale. See if you can imagine or envision that the chest is drawing towards the earth. And you may eventually realize that after the pose is through that you've actually done just that. You have used force or pressure, you've used gravity and your exhalation to move further into the position. If you haven't done so already, maybe creeping the hands forward just a touch. Whatever thought that's currently absorbing your awareness, just coming back to the breath and allowing that to dissipate. We've got a few beautiful deep breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly starting to draw the palms back to the shin. And coming to some dynamic movement just to release the legs and the hips. So we're going to take the palms to the outer edges of your mat or the feet rather. We're going to place our palms behind our buttocks, fingertips facing our buttocks, and we're just rocking the knees from side to side. Really keeping your eyes closed here and moving slowly. Observing the changing sensations even through one part of the body, the feet back. And then when you're ready, we'll open the eyes. Keep our sit bones where they are, come into a wide-legged forward fold. So taking the legs out wide as you can. Bow the fingertips at the back of your mat, lift the sit bones up, and make sure you've got that nice interior tilt of the pelvis. So the pelvis wants to draw down. And you'll notice that when you do this, the spine starts to lengthen. And one thing that you can do to help this is place a blanket underneath your sit bones. Now the legs can remain straight. If there's any issues with the hamstrings, you can actually bend the knees and take the palms forward. So whatever variation feels comfortable for you. This is a yin pose, so the feet can be relaxed, but if you want a more active position, the feet can be flexed. Remaining here upright, otherwise again, we're going to creep the hands forward, pulling from the belly and the pelvis, and then once you've found that stretch, going around into the shoulders and relax. And this is a practice of allowing. So we're just allowing the belly to be soft. We're allowing the chest to be heavy. We're allowing the shoulders to drop. The head feels heavy. Might start to creep the fingertips forward just a touch. Just reigniting that next edge. There's 3 rules in yin yoga, and the second rule is playing with your edges. So we don't want to go too aggressively into a position that might cause us injury. We want to move slowly, even in a yin pose. So creating that basic shape. And then we're deepening it over time using gravity and our breath. Big breath in, big breath out. And on your next inhale, let's draw the palms towards the thighs and slowly start to raise up. Let's take the feet and the legs together. Paschimottanasana. Just going to take a minute here. So it's a nice little counter pose here, that wide-legged forward fold. If it feels good, you can remain here in an upright pose and just close the eyes. Otherwise, you might like to fold forward again. If you do, again, taking the fingertips forward, feeling a stretch in the back of the hamstrings and then around into the shoulders. We're just taking a few deep, comforting breaths. And inhale. Let's start raising up. We'll come into child's pose. We'll take the knees to the outer edges of the mat. In this pose, we actually want the knees as far wide as possible. So they may come to the outer edges of the mat. Walking the palms forward, coming down onto the belly. We're going to take our right palm out in front, so we're lengthening through those right fingertips. We're drawing that left arm in underneath the body, coming into twisted child's pose. Now, in this pose, we basically want to direct our left shoulder towards our right knee. It's almost like we want them to connect. So it's quite an open and intense stretch for this left shoulder. Now the right palm can remain out in front, otherwise if it feels comfortable, you can lift the right palm and interlace it around the inner left thigh. Now the head can rest on the floor if that feels good. If it doesn't leave the floor, you can have it resting on a blanket. But once you've found a comfortable position, one that you can really drop into with ease, just closing the eyes. And finding a pose here that you can feel alert and yet relaxed. So if you find that closing the eyes makes you a little sleepy, you don't want that, you can always open the eyes slightly and just lower your gaze. And find your drishti, your focus point. Just allow yourself the pleasure of just being here with your breath. And those deep, patterned, pacifying breaths, lowering the stress hormone, cortisol. Instigating our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest system, circulation starts moving. Immune system starts improving. And just another few breaths. Give you a little experiment. Can you concentrate on these next few breaths completely without getting lost in thought? See if you can concentrate fully on the journey and pattern of each breath. Even noticing those little spaces in between the breath, that nothingness. And when you're ready, we're going to open the eyes. We're going to release that right palm down. We're going to slowly lift up. If you feel like you here to take any dynamic movement in between each side. So if you feel like you need to release the hips, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to take our left palm forward, threading that right arm in underneath the body, almost like we're trying to knit that right shoulder to our left knee. You can lengthen through the left fingertips, feeling a stretch underneath the left shoulder. Otherwise, if it feels good, you can take the left palm and interlace it around the inner right thigh. How is your inner dialogue going? As soon as I stop talking, did you start thinking? If so, that's perfectly fine, perfectly reasonable. If you can, for this next couple of minutes, just fully concentrate on the belly, particularly the breath in the belly. An oceanic-like, tide-like quality of the breath, just moving smoothly in and out the abdomen. Take another minute here. I'm interrupting the thought. That's okay. Coming back to the breath this next 60 seconds. That effortless breath in and out of the belly. When you're ready, let's release that left palm slowly to the front of the mat if it's not there already. Slowly lift the torso off the thighs, glasses back on. When you're ready, we're going to come over onto the sit bones and start releasing into the thighs. Feet hip width apart, feet to the outer edges of the mat rather, fingertips behind the buttocks and just rocking the hips from side to side, feeling that nice relief for the legs and the hips. Nice little side stretch there. When you're ready, we'll open our eyes. Coming to lay on our back now. Woo. Move into Banana Asana. So coming into this lying Samastiti position, you can place the palms on the belly and just start to walk the feet or the heels over towards the right hand side of the mat. They may come to the outer edges of the mat. And then we're going to use our elbows to lift the upper torso up and take that over to the right as well. Now, we want to find a position here as much as possible that we can really drop the back of our head into the floor. So we don't want there to be too much rigidity in the shoulders or the neck. So you may need to come over to the left a little bit more if you feel like you've gone too far. Now, the palms can rest beside the buttocks or the hips. They can rest on the belly. Otherwise, if it feels good, Let's take hold of the opposing elbows and take the palms or the arms up overhead. And this is a really beautiful pose again for opening into the psoas and really stretching into the side body, which is so often forgotten about in our yoga practice. And what you're looking for here in terms of sensation is a pulling in that left-hand side of the body. You might feel it in the legs, maybe the hip, maybe the ribs, the underarm. You might feel it in all of those places. And I invite you to send your breath into the left-hand side of the body as you breathe. Just noticing what happens when you do that, that sense of length and openness. And if you haven't done so already, you might like to explore lifting the left foot and placing it on top of the right foot. And it's a varied opinion. Sometimes people feel that increases the stretch, sometimes it decreases the stretch. So if you feel like it doesn't feel good or appropriate for you, you can take the foot next to the right again. Relieving the thinking mind from the constant chatter. Drawing that attention to the breath, moving in and out of the abdomen. Big, deep breaths. Sending the breath all the way into the left-hand side of the body, all the way up to the collarbone. And it's common that when we're stressed or feeling tension, that we grip those muscles in the upper chest. And when we relax, the breath is able to be sent to all those parts of the torso, right into the collarbone. Just feeling that energizing spaciousness. And when you're ready, we're going to start to release. So first release the palms, take them down the side, the buttocks, and then start to walk the feet over. And we'll actually take the heels over to the left-hand side, lifting the upper torso, taking that over to the left as well. Hands down by the waist, on the belly, or interlace the fingers around the shoulders for a nice big chest opener. And I invite you to draw your attention to the right-hand side of your body, observing the shape, observing the ribs, imagining those muscles through the ribs stretching and lengthening with each big, beautiful breath in. If you haven't done so already, you might like to explore lifting the right foot and placing it on top of the left. Feeling the inhale move all the way from the belly into the ribs, weaving in and out of the bone, all the way up to the collarbone. With each exhale, imagining a wave of relaxation just ebbing and flowing through the torso. Just a few more deep breaths. And when you're ready, starting to release the arms, starting to walk the heels over to the midline of the mat. We're going to move straight into Shavasana, so hands beside the buttocks, allowing the legs and feet to feel heavy as they roll outward. And the eyes are closed. And it's this last little chance in class now for complete relaxation. Just allowing yourself to have exactly what you need. Complete freedom. And just the richness of the present moment experience. Just starting to deepen your breath. Taking a couple of really deep breaths in to set your experience in. I would like to exhale out and then out, noticing what that feels like. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself one final big squeeze, rocking from side to side. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths. And on your next inhale, pressing into the left palm, allowing the head to trail heavy. It's the last thing to come up to a comfortable seated position. The hands together at the heart center, fingertips just lightly touching. Taking the thumbs to the forehead, bowing forward gently. The divine light in me honors the divine light in all of you virtually. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for practicing with me. I'm going to see you now in the computer. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Thanks so much for that.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you, Renee.
No worries at all. I had great fun, even though I can't really,
Thank you.
give you massages. I really just want to be able to give you massages.
You did well.
Thank you. Thank you, lovelies. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thanks, everyone.
No worries. Thank you. And if you have any feedback for me, you can let me know. Otherwise, you can also let Kelly know too. You can send her an email.
Yay. How do we give feedback to you? How do we actually?
You can, I mean, we can talk now. Otherwise, I can give you my phone number if you want to send me a message, if that suits you.
No, you can ping that to me. Yeah, ping that to me 'cause it's really good.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
You can email it to me too if you like, or message.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll email you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, lovelies. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Renee.
Good job. Thank you.
Bye, Tony. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.